So the last few days have given us Donald Trump's document destruction jamboree, Mike Pence stepping up, even if only a little, and the continued implosion of the Republican Party. All signs that things are trending in the right direction. Let's talk about that. Because justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So as we continue to endure our long national nightmare, waiting for Trump and his criminal associates to be held accountable, there are some signs that things are trending in the right direction. The Trump team has now been caught improperly handling and disposing of documents. More about that in a minute. Pence has stepped up and said Donald Trump is wrong, and members of Pence's team are cooperating at length with the House Select Committee, testifying for 6 and 8 hours at a stretch, and the Republican Party continues to implode, now issuing a statement that the attack on the Capitol on January 6th was legitimate political discourse and censuring two of the only democracy-defending Republicans left, Representatives Cheney and Kinzinger. So let's briefly take each of these three stories in order, and let's start with the destruction of presidential documents, because we've seen the headlines over the past day or so. National Archives had to retrieve Trump White House records from Mar-a-Lago. He never stopped ripping things up inside Trump's relentless document destruction habits. Trump filled burn bags with shredded White House records in violation of federal law, report says. All of which takes us back a couple of years to this. Omarosa Book claims she saw Trump chewing a piece of paper after meeting with Michael Cohen. So, yes, it does appear that Donald Trump also used his mouth as a paper shredder. Well, friends, the good news is all of this now goes in the criminal mix, and all of these matters must be investigated, and I predict they will be. Indeed, I'll bet they are being investigated, not only by the House Select Committee, but by the Department of Justice as well. So let's turn to the second story. Mike Pence calling out Donald Trump, saying, quote, Donald Trump is wrong, close quote. Now, we know that is a purely political calculation by Pence. But apparently Mike Pence read the tea leaves and decided that the time was right to make a break from and perhaps even go against Donald Trump. Does that make Mike Pence some kind of patriot, some kind of hero? Absolutely not. But here's how I look at Mike Pence. When I was a homicide prosecutor at the D.C. U.S. Attorney's Office, I sometimes had to do business with a killer to get a more dangerous killer. Now, Mike Pence is no friend of democracy. Mike Pence sided with Donald Trump instead of siding with the American people and the Constitution. But I will do business with Mike Pence all day long if it means getting after a bigger danger to our democracy, Donald Trump. And after we use Mike Pence and get whatever information we can from him to expose Donald Trump's crimes, if it were me, I would then indict Mike Pence for any crime for which I had enough evidence to bring a charge. That's how you deal with somebody like Mike Pence, the way you would deal with a cooperating witness in a high-stakes criminal prosecution. So I think it's a good thing that Mike Pence has made the calculation that it's time to make a break from Donald Trump. Okay, final story. The continued implosion of the Republican Party, because the RNC now tells us that attacking the U.S. Capitol to try to stop the certification of a presidential election is legitimate political discourse. And they went on to censure Representatives Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger. I want to finish up by quoting something I heard Adam Kinzinger say on TV this morning when asked, how does it feel to have the RNC censure you and Liz Cheney? Here's what Representative Kinzinger said. I don't get the hurt feelings that Donald Trump gets on a daily basis, but the censure of Liz and I is a bridge that went way too far by the RNC. And I think people are starting to go, wait, hold on a second. Donald Trump literally just admitted to a coup attempt, and you're going to turn your fire on Liz and Adam? I think this is an insane moment. I think people are slowly starting to speak out, but the fear that exists, that permeates members of my party, particularly elected officials, it really is frightening and incredible. We're going to get to the bottom of this. I think the January 6th committee, in history, there will be nothing like it because we are all working together, pulling in the same direction, all to get one thing, which is answers. This is not the left wing against the right wing. This is authoritarianism. You can call it even moments of fascism against democracy. This is authoritarianism, fascism even, against democracy. Do you think we're going to let democracy lose? Oh, hell no. Because justice matters. Friends, as always, please stay safe, please stay tuned, and I look forward to talking with you all again tomorrow.